There are two aspects to the Christian life, and one of them isn't always pleasant, and yet we shouldn't be surprised when we suffer.
To live is Christ, to die is gain.
G'day everyone, Brian here. Suffering is a part of the Christian life. It doesn't feel like that in Australia, and certainly doesn't feel like that in many other parts of the world. But there are parts of the world where suffering is par for the course. In my lifetime, I've been really disturbed to hear stories of people being kidnapped, of people being jailed for their faith. As a child growing up in Australia, it made no sense to me that people could be imprisoned because they were a Christian, because they believed in Jesus. How can such a thing happen? As a child, it couldn't get into my mind that it could be possible. But I didn't understand how everybody else thinks. Nor did I understand that there are different groups of people who see Christianity as not just another way of life or a different way people think, but as a real threat to their life and to their community. I don't think Christianity is a threat to life and community. In my mind, Christianity is a way that not only helps to provide people a surety of life, a hope after death, but also a much better life here. But suffering becomes a part of that. Paul says this, he's speaking to his Philippian friends and talking to them about persevering, standing together, not being afraid of those who oppress them. And then he says this, "For it has been granted to you on behalf of Christ, not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for him." It's been granted to you. This has been given to you. What's been given to them? That they could believe in Jesus. Friends, if you're praying for someone and you're trying to help them understand who Jesus is, and they don't get it, well, don't shout at them. Shouting at a blind person doesn't make them any more less blind. They can hear enough, they just can't see. In a similar way, when we're talking with people who aren't yet Christians, what we're saying to them probably won't make a whole lot of sense. And so we pray that God will open their eyes. It has been granted to you that you might believe. But coming behind that, sometimes quickly, sometimes it lags, but it comes, is the joy of suffering. Now, Paul has a lot to say about suffering in his letters. Jesus had stuff to say about suffering in his teaching. It's not something that Christians should be surprised about, and yet in Western countries in particular, we often are. Because we don't trust Jesus enough? Maybe because we're just far too comfortable. Well, friends, keep your eyes on Jesus. And if you're having a really suffering kind of a day, you're not on your own. And may your faith be strengthened in it. And if you're not having a suffering kind of a day, enjoy that. But remember those who do. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.